Hello again folks, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for subscribing. Now, you may be wondering what on earth is a former British Army veteran doing, making a video where he says he won't be giving any money to the Royal British Legion. Well, I have a few reasons, good reasons mind you, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. Now, the first being my own experience in dealing with them. Around 7-8 years ago, my PTSD symptoms started to surface aggressively. I wasn't myself, I was someone else. It was like driving a car. No, I wasn't driving a car. It was like being in a car, but I wasn't in the driving seat. I was in the passenger seat or the back seat, and the car was just doing its own thing. I had no control. It was horrible. Everyone's PTSD symptoms are different, and it's not just armed forces veterans who get them. Anyone can get PTSD from a traumatic experience. Our traumatic experiences come from doing a job that's not normal. We do, or we did, abnormal things, bad things, to keep our countries safe. We're given weapons. We're expected to close in with and engage with the enemy, taking their lives. That's our job, to take lives, and it still is. And it's affected many a soldier, pilot or seaman, seawoman, whatever the hell you were, differently, but it happens and these people need help. I got the help I needed eventually, no thanks to the Royal British Legion, and I can keep my symptoms under control. Every now and again it comes out, I get really aggressive, I lose my temper, but I remember what I was taught by my therapist, and it just helps. So I'm one of the lucky ones. I didn't have suicidal thoughts. I just had memories of that time that I needed to suppress, because it was taking over my life and making me do and say things which weren't really me. I'm sure you'll understand. Anyway, so around that time I needed help. I didn't know where to turn. So I went into my local Royal British Legion shop or building or centre, whatever the hell it was, and I was treated like I was an inconvenience. The woman looked at me and I was quickly shooed out the door. I was there 2 minutes. I went there, I said, listen, I need help, I got PTSD. I think I got PTSD. My hearing is getting worse after my service, and I don't know who to turn to. It was literally, oh, can you come back later, here's some phone numbers, and that's it. That was basically it. I thought, bloody hell, you know, I've donated to these people. Anyway, I continued to donate, and a few years later I found out what they're doing with the money, and the RBL, Royal British Legion, are literally sat on millions. Now, according to government data from 3 years ago, I believe, there were around 7,500 servicemen and women living rough in the United Kingdom. For that to happen, for one serviceman or woman to live rough in the United Kingdom, is a disgrace. We are one of the wealthiest nations, one of the most successful, democratic, free-loving so far. Starmer gets his way, that'll all finish, but I've done those videos, and I'll keep making those videos, by the way. I think it's a disgrace, and it's absolutely disgusting, absolutely disgusting. You join up to serve your country, make a life for yourself, and prepare to die. You are told you are likely to die if you go to war. You're doing it to protect your country. How the hell we were protecting our country in Iraq, I don't know. We were sent there on a lie, and we all knew it anyway. So we came back, and it affected us greatly. Some took their own lives, some still take their own lives, some are living on the streets, as you've just found out. And so they're sitting on this money. Where's that money going? It's not on those veterans. You'd think sat on over 100 million quid. They'd be paying people to go out, look for these poor sods on the street living rough. It's winter, and get them into accommodation, setting them up, doing everything they can on behalf of a grateful nation, or the people who donate the money anyway, at least. But no, they don't. According to sources, not sure if this is true, but you are more likely to get a grant from the Royal British Legion if you're an officer or a sergeant major or equivalent to the army and in the Air Force and the Navy to start a business. How unfair is that, I mean, fair enough, you know, dish your money out to help vets start businesses. What's wrong with that? Contribute to society, employ people, contribute to the economy. But when it's the poor privates or usually our guardsmen on a bench somewhere, they don't seem to give a shiny shite. Why? And then there's this Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Officer. What the hell is a charity like the RBL doing, having something like this in their company? So imagine there's 64,000 people who've given £1 to the RBL. You think that money's going to a homeless vet or somewhere. It's not. It's gone to pay their wages. That's the top wages. The top level on average is 45,000. I mean, why does the RBL need a DEI officer, diversity, equity and inclusion? For those of you not in the know, DEI in America is being used in classrooms, organisations, businesses, especially under Joe Biden, to kind of demonise white people, the white race, Caucasians, and blaming us for all the world's ills. And encouraging things like DEI hires, hiring people on skin colour rather than merit, qualified for the job, experience, which is completely wrong. That does nothing for a business or a company, if you ask me. But that's where we are now with the RBL. I will not be donating any more money to them. I'll be wearing an old poppy. You don't need to wear a poppy to show your appreciation for the vets. It's just for show. You got the poppy, you got the green leaf, and that should be at 11 o'clock. That's when the guns fell silent on the 11th of November 1918. I had to think about that. But yes, I'm pretty sure that's what it's all about. Oh, how embarrassing. I'm an ex-vet. Paz, man. For shame. So yeah, you know, I go to the supermarkets, I see them stood on street corners now, and I feel really sorry because they're there and they probably think they're making a difference by, you know, selling poppies and taking people's charitable money. But where's that money going? It's sat in a bank. It's making interest. It's prioritising going to people with higher rank to start a business, or it's going to pay the wages of diversity and equity and inclusion managers. I mean, what for? I mean, what do these people do? Is it a DEI, ethnic minority they employ for this role? Why is that? Do they prioritise people of ethnic background with who to help with their money? How does it work? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be existing. Should be a manager. I understand that when you collect so much money for a charity, you need to manage it. You need administrators. But bloody hell, you look at the list of people who work at the RBL and the obscene wages they get. You wonder, is it a charity or is it a bloody business? So yeah, it's up to you. But me, I will no longer be donating. Donate to Jim Davidson's Veterans Charity or something else. Now, I do give to veterans charities. Which ones? You'll never know, because I'm not the sort to brag about giving to charity and helping out. Like it says in the Bible, I'm not Bible bashing, by the way, but don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So, you know, don't give to charities for clicks. Is the moral of the story. Anyway, I'm sure I've bored you enough. Hope you agree with me. If not, let me know in the comments. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.